Yes, Watermelon speaking.
Hi, Gwénaël. It's Sika. Are you ready now?
Yeah, hi, Sika.
Are you ready now, or would you like some more time?
Yeah, no, it's fine, no problem. It's just that I had to do small thing before, because then we have all the time we need.
Okay. Would you like to begin now?
Yeah, no problem.
Okay. So, just for a little context, well, my name is Sika, like I said, or Gonçalo, as I'm Portuguese. I have a small YouTube channel. I did a documentary on Paprium and Watermelon, where I interviewed as many people from Watermelon as I could find at the time, or ex-Watermelon developers.
Okay.
And, well, some people defended you, some not so much. There was a lot of things being handled. And, I was hoping to get your side of the story, basically learn everything about Fonzie. Yes. And so, just to begin, well, can you tell me a little about yourself, Gwénaël? Everybody knows the name Fonzie, but who is Gwénaël? Who are you? Can you tell us something about yourself?
Okay, no problem. It's just that if you have any, let's say I don't watch video about things about Watermelon online, because most of the time it's just some, let's say,
very aggressive,
is incorrect,
okay,
or very aggressive, or sometimes doing interviews of people that maybe I fired is not the best.
I understand.
Yeah, but it's okay because yeah, my name is Gwénaël and I'm French, and I live in China, and I'm a designer and I have an engineering background, and I'm let's say self-taught programmer. I'd say in English. I learn by myself, maybe. And yeah, that's all. I make I make video games at the moment, but yeah, I made a company Watermelon Games with a few people. That company was made for Pier, because Pier was a collaborative project with volunteers, all amateurs, and we made the company Watermelon with a couple of people so we could sell Pier. It was not sold, it was sold at without profit, was sold at cost. And yeah, that's why Watermelon was made, and we developed other things after, but maybe you got other questions, or I'm not sure.
Of course. Also, just to be clear, when I made a documentary, I tried to keep it as neutral as possible, if it helps.
Okay. Yeah, no problem. It's just that I found it, let's say, irritating that because some people use your documentary for a Wikipedia page about Paprium, and it's so full of shit that I mean, the guy doing the Wikipedia page seems to be very angry at me. Put my name everywhere and say what I say is lie or whatever.
I actually had no idea that my documentary was on Wikipedia until you told me over email. I had no idea.
Yeah, well, that's how I found it. I mean, a lot of things, but I don't know. Yeah, it's so strange that, well, whatever, but hopefully this interview, they will remove every single crap.
Well, yes. I was going to ask some easier questions first, but seeing as how we're already delving deeper into it, I might as well ask a difficult question, which was, why do you think that there are so many people angry at Watermelon in general?
Yeah, I keep saying this, but it's not exactly the first time, because when we released Pier, I don't. It's been more than 10 years ago, but the vibe was not so good as well. And we found out that the more we sell our game, the more the price is expensive, the more people are extremely angry at it. So my theory about this is that there's a lot of people who want to play the game for free, and since they cannot play for free, they do all they can to shit on us. And for Paprium, there's a lot of some people are angry because there was no news for a long time, but I suspect it's the same as Pier. So many people are angry, but they don't have the game. You know what I mean?
Okay.
They are not customers. So because the people who got the game, if they are not happy about it, they can put it on eBay and make 1,000% profit. Probably. So what I mean is that there is no cheating or whatsoever. If people can be disappointed or concerned, but people yelling online, it's pathological or something. Because some people, maybe there is couple of people with legitimate issues about delayed shipping or something, but most of the people got their game, and as far as I know, nobody complained. Nobody complained. So I don't know.
But like, for example, one of the criticisms I saw was that Watermelon went a long time without giving any information on Paprium, and then sometimes when emails would come out, the language it sounded aggressive, like saying, for example, oh, the games weren't shipped yet because we're getting a lot of trolls sending us emails, for example, and some people thought like, oh, Fonzie is accusing us of this or whatever.
Yeah, but there is a lot of people in the community who actually made it. They want us to fail, so they make all they can to screw everything. And it's very funny that the same people, sometimes it's the same people that complain then that they get delayed, and it's like. For example, some people reported as a fraud, and then the same people then say, "Oh, but then there's a shipping delay. Why?" But it's their own fault. Like it's the same for PayPal and all this shit. It's the same guys make all they can to make us fail, and then they complain that. So I don't believe it. Like I think it's some guys who don't want the game, just want things to fail. So and I get aggressive because I shipped thousands and thousands and thousands of games for free at my own expense, and it looks like some people they keep thinking that there's some kind of magic trick or some kind of cheating somewhere. But it feels very unfair for people who work hard on this project or people who loan or things like this. So I feel a bit, I'd say, I'm working for my customers, so I want my customers to receive their games and be happy with it. The other people, I don't know. For now, I don't know.
I get it.
So, yeah. Well, anyway, if people feel that I'm very aggressive or something, people got to realize that there's a lot of shit going on that I'm not talking about. So what I'm saying publicly, I'm saying few things public because I can, but there's a lot of things I cannot say. So people got to realize that there's a lot of things going on, things like this.
Actually, that was a good question. How many Paprium cartridges were made?
That's confidential number. We never disclose any quantities of any games because we think it would make people even more jealous.
Okay.
And the problem is that I'd say with the limited edition, people can get a small idea because we got very limited edition. The limited edition we sell are really limited. That they are unsigned one by one, and we have a book with every single number on it. So people can have an idea. Maybe they see the numbers, but it's only for the limited editions. Of course, the normal edition we don't number anything. So.
But actually, okay, so a lot of people might be complaining that they're not getting the game, or that they want the game but it's very expensive, or they didn't pre-order. Have you thought about like making a Steam port, a PlayStation port, Xbox, Nintendo Switch?
At the moment, there's no. I'd say this game is a Mega Drive game, so I'm not too much excited about doing a port unless there is enough, I'd say, capabilities or budget or something to make something really good. And I don't want to do anything cheap, so it may take some time, but. That's why I say this game is a Mega Drive game. Mega Drive maybe on eBay is $20. I don't know, something like this. And maybe need to be patient if you want to enjoy on a modern platform. But it's a Mega Drive game. If I wanted to make a PlayStation game, PlayStation 4 or PlayStation 5, I don't remember which number it is, but 5 probably, I would have done a PlayStation 5 game, and it would not have looked like Paprium. So
true, but
that's the thing. We make the game for the retro system. I'm not designing some ROM or something else. Like, it's a real game. It's a real game for a real retro system. So maybe just people have to be maybe a bit patient because but also for the Mega Drive, people think the price is expensive, but again, we ship all our games for free. So what I did is that we recoup the price on the new orders. The problem is that since we get ripped off again, it's like we have to change strategy because I'm not going to double the price one more time. So I'm looking for some alternate ways to sell products, and I'm likely going to make 100% sure I get paid before shipping people their game, because otherwise it's too big risk or something.
That actually leads me to two questions that I wanted to ask as well, which is, well, I mean, if Watermelon is having money difficulties, I know one of them is because of a certain platform. We'll get to that. But if you made like a Steam or PlayStation 4 port or whatever, it would help bring in money. I know. I'm saying this because are you aware of a game called Xenocrisis for the Mega Drive?
Yes.
I know the developers, and if I'm not mistaken, they made more money by selling the game on Steam, on PlayStation, and Switch.
Yeah, but for Paprium, I think, I mean, I should be able to sell any product I want. I'm a legitimate company. I should be able to sell. I should not be able to beg for money or something.
Okay.
But the thing is, I'm not sure. For Xenocrisis, it's normal because the customer, they don't have any. I don't know. I think it's a new company. They don't have any customer following them. So it's probably normal. They make. They can do this. But in our case, we still have multiple thousand people who want to play it on Sega Genesis, and I will deliver to them. And we have the market on this, and we, I would say, I could quickly do a port of the game, but I mean, it would be let's say, step by step. There's no urge to rush this. And if I do a port on Steam, and then what? Then later, when I have more money, I do a better port. I mean, it doesn't soon say right. I prefer to first release the Mega Drive game, make sure everything is fine, please all the customers, and then we will see what we can do. But for sure, if we port it on Steam, there is no way we do multiple versions. It should be one version, one piece. And also, it's not going to be emulated game. I don't know how Xenocrisis is this, but there is a way to do it on Steam just to make the same game, just with the emulator. But the problem is that I don't agree with this. I mean, every company can do whatever they want, but our spirit is to do a game for every system, but the game must be made for the system, because otherwise, why not doing an emulator game immediately? Why not doing I don't know, why not selling this game on Mega SG, I don't know, on clones? Why not? No, I wanted it to do it the proper way, like it's a Mega Drive game and it's for Mega Drive. And then if we do it for another system, it will be another part of game, not just an emulation, just another part. But every company can do whatever they want. It's just different way of seeing things. So.
Have you thought about like finding a cartridge publisher? That is to say, you could contact something like Mega Cat Games and be like, okay, we have this many customers. You can make the cartridges and you get like a commission of the sales. And you handle the cartridges for Paprium from there on, and we'll just make the game. We'll focus on game development, for example.
You mean having someone else selling the game, right?
Yes, exactly.
The thing is that let's say the thing is already barely profitable with 100%. if you have got, also we are going to manufacture. So I'd say it's good that I provide everything and then I get only 50%. You know.
Okay, I get it.
Because no company can manufacture Paprium at the moment, I think, and I think it will be ever like this because there's too many steps, and also everything is already manufactured. Like everything is in storage. And it's just about doing some assembly, adding some components to some PCB, and that's all. And how to say, it's too late for this. I mean, I don't know what. And also, I've been discussing with some companies, but I'll say I can sell some games, but I won't guarantee that this company would sell what they promise. And usually they don't want to promise. You know what I mean? It's
True.
like we will give you step by step. No, because or some people suggested we do a Kickstarter or limited edition. But the thing is, again, I'm not begging. Kickstarter is you need to wait many months to get your money, and I should not be having to do a Kickstarter because I have a real product. I can sell, I can ship, I can manufacture, and it's not a project. It's a real product. I should be able to ship like any company, any hardware. The
True.
Kickstarter way, it's more like a form collaborative, or I would say it's not. The Kickstarter phase is already past. It was made on the Magical Game Factory 10 years ago, you know. I'm not going to do a Kickstarter, and it's not. I mean, the project is done. The game is there. It's just about finding a way to get paid. And I must say it's a bit difficult, but I'm not going to give up. No, for now I don't plan to do any Kickstarter. For this, especially for Kickstarter, you need to provide goodies, additional collector editions. But the point is that my customers already got a limited edition. What I'm going to do another limited edition?
True.
It's very crazy, and I got the issue with. We were working more or less with. We were supposed to publish another game for Dreamcast, I think. And these guys, they keep doing more Kickstarters, more Indiegogo all the time. And then we were supposed to manufacture all the limited edition for them. And they keep adding more limited edition every time they did a new Kickstarter. And people don't realize, but it's a lot of work. And it's just that you cannot make 10 times 10 limited edition all the time. Then the limited edition has no value, you know. It's like there's more limited editions than normal games. It's completely crazy because, I think some people don't care now, but me, I care. I want the limited edition to be limited. It's quite important. It's quite important. So that's how I think. Yes.
But you said that if we find a publisher, we can't guarantee that they'll perform a good job, or maybe there'll be compromises.
Yes, of course. There is always, but then we have yet to see a publisher who can put a good chunk of money on the table, and I can see that there is not many people who dare this because we are not. What I say is that we are not just a small company. The company is small in size, but it's not small money. It's making a Paprium. It's maybe I don't know. It's It's maybe 10 times more than the world competition or something, or the world market. Maybe even limited editions. We do a lot more than limited editions, the world website. So it's like people keep saying, oh, why limited edition doesn't do something for you? But limited edition is much smaller than that. It's like you asking someone to do, and limited edition, they cannot pay for it. So, you know what I mean? It's like, it's stupid. Like, it's like, no. It's a serious thing. It's a very expensive game, a very expensive cartridge, and it's a lot of work. People don't realize, but it's a lot of work. So,
one of the criticisms that we've got is that the game was not compatible with some Mega Drive models, namely Model 1.
Yes.
But so what happened? Why is the game incompatible with some Model 1 Mega Drives?
Maybe I can explain this. It's because actually in the final stage of the game, we make some small changes, and the problem is that there was so much risk to have any leaks of the cartridge on eBay or something, that the final testing stages were made with only people who have nothing to do with the internet, people who have nothing to do with the community of anything, people who don't know anybody. And the pool of systems that were used, all the Mega Drive 1 we test on it was not the specific serial number that caused an issue. And so the game used to run on this, and it's a bit a shame, and it's the same for other systems as well, because we found out that this problem also affects some very rare systems, like such as Terra Drive. And it's such a shame because the game used to run on Terra Drive, so it's very big disappointment for everybody, but it's also disappointment for me because I make Mega Drive games, so it should be running on all systems. And yes, so yeah, it's a big disappointment, but it's fixed for the for the next stages. So and we don't know yet if we can service. If we can service the cartridge of people who already got the game, but we feel because this problem we found it maybe 1 week before December, and I had only two choices: is cancel the game and then we lose several. Everybody lose money, and nobody got this game. Because I can tell you, if I had said this before we shipped the game, nobody would have. It would have been so much a mess, and we had no choice. So we believe that because we already paid for the games, the price that people paid is not expensive. We think it's acceptable. Of course, it's never acceptable to have a defective product, but we believe it's not. The game is not defective. The game is running, and people have to understand that, okay, it's sad that it doesn't work on their system, but it's more software incompatibility. But it's a small change we made at the last moment. But the game can run for thousands of hours. We don't know. We have no report of any problem with the game. We don't have any report of any bugs. I mean, there's always small things, but the game is a good product. It's not something. It's not some hack job or something.
Like.
But you understand the issue that we found out the issue at the time we were supposed to ship it. So that's. I mean, that's life. Either we can sell, either people get their games, but there is no in between on this.
Yeah,
so
I
believe it's fair.
Which leads me to my next question. Like, can the current Paprium cartridges be updated with the MegaWire, for example?
That's something we still have to check because ideally it would be great if people can fix themselves. But we are still discussing exactly on this because I wouldn't hide that because of the payment issues in December, we have to make an announcement tomorrow probably. We are not going to ship any more games until we get paid, and of course this gives us some extra weeks to figure out a way so people can update at their home, you know. Because that's the thing I want to do is that I want to avoid people shipping back their games.
Of course.
Because not only we already lost money, so if people ship back their games, you know, it's like a nightmare.
I understand. And to be clear, when the second Paprium batch is launched, it will have this issue fixed, correct?
Yes, it should have. It should have, but again, like I said, we already have a lot of the game in storage. And like I said, it's a lot about negotiation. If I cannot get money, I maybe have to cut some corners or ease some things. I don't know. It's all about being able to operate normally or something. But yes, what's funny is that I'd say. We think we have to find a way, but we think it should be able to be a software patch yeah, I have to say I have to work out some extra things for that.
So
yeah.
like speaking of the money issues, are you comfortable with me saying the name of the money platform, or would you rather I not say it?
Oh no, I will not say it.
Okay, I won't say it.
I'm not. People always wonder why I'm evasive, but I'm not allowed to say this. And if I say this, I will have absolutely no chance to ever get anything.
I understand.
So, yeah.
I asked because I saw some interviews where you were very hesitant to say it, so that's why I asked beforehand. So can you tell us what happened? Because a few years ago, this same platform kept your money. And then you never got it. And then you never got it back. If I'm.
I want to point out that it's not the same platform. It's the same name, but it's not the same company.
Okay.
Depending on the place it is, it's not the same.
Okay.
And yes, we got ripped off maybe in 2017 or something.
Mm-hmm.
And basically, it's an online payment system. And what they did is that I'd say we never had problem before, but what they did is that they say they would hold the money for many months, and so we were already manufacturing the game. So we say, oh, okay, fine. I mean, it's going to delay a bit, but we can tell the customers, and then it's fine. And it's a bit of a reorganization to do, but it's okay. But then what happened is that those guys, they are very, they are some mafioso guys. So what they do is that they wait 6 months, and then after 6 months, you say, okay, so where is my money? Oh, you misunderstood. You're not going to get your money. You're going to have to wait another 6 months or 1 year. And that's the trick they pull on you. So because you have been waiting for 6 months, at the moment they locked my money, I was already manufacturing the game, and I was already throwing everything to... we had a lot of other products as well, a lot of products that were not released in the end, but we were in the middle of manufacturing a lot of things, and then after the 6 month thing, the fact we had to wait another 6 months or pay them, or I'd say I don't know the English word for this, but it's like
you can say
pay someone.
You can say it in French if you want. I speak if it helps.
It's like I don't know how to say in French. It's like sorry, I just have to think. It's like it's not bribery, but something like this.
Okay, and, like protection money, basically, like protection money.
Yes, and like the mafia guy too. But the thing is that when they do this one more time, you're fucked because you were expecting, and then you're not getting it. So they can do whatever they want with you, and that's exactly what they did. So and those guys. So what I say, why there are two? It's the same name but different companies, because I requested many meetings with them, and I've seen their office, and I've seen how they operate, and it's offshore companies and crap like this. So we have been to office in Hong Kong, office in China. There is a lot of guys, a lot of things, and we have never been able to know why they would keep the money. No, never ever. And they have intimidated us. We were still not able to say anything, and they were menacing. They know our phone numbers. They keep calling. The mafia guys, some China mafia or something like this. So it's very serious, and what I decided is that to give up on the money to make sure I can stay in China and I can finish the project. And the problem is that people don't understand, but when it's been one time you say you've been ripped off, and people don't believe it first. Then you keep saying that you get the money, and then 1 week after you say, oh no, we are not going to get the money in the end. Things like this. And we are getting half of it, and then we got to pay another half. So it's in the end you get nothing. And it's like people don't understand this, and it's impossible to explain, and nobody understands this, and there is no way to communicate about this because I cannot say anything, and I cannot name the people, and things like that. So what I prefer to do is play safe, focus on releasing the game. We have to find a way to loan to. We had to divide by 2 the quantity of game manufacturer first, so we had to scrap a lot of things. I stopped all the projects, everything project where I already some project were already manufactured, and we had to cut everything, and we have to redesign as well a lot of things to cut the cost. Because it's not because you halve the quantity. Actually, you halve the quantity. It's not making it twice cheaper.
No, because of fixed costs. The more you produce of something, the cheaper it is to produce something individual. Yes.
Yeah, of course. People don't understand this, and in the end, we had to. In the end, maybe the game is even more expensive than it was supposed to be because. We make it very slowly and a lot of, say, big interest and things like this. But thankfully, because I was working for more than 10 years in China with a good company, for instance, I could arrange the storage, and it's been like 3 years moving around the goods so they don't end up lost because the factories that don't give a shit if you don't pay. Consolidating the loans because there's more than for Paprium there's more than 50 factories, 50 for all the products, all the goods. So it took more than maybe 2 or 3 years to consolidate everything in the same warehouse under the same name. And then it was all about finding the right way to get everybody happy, and then getting it assembled and shipped. And this took a long time because, a lot of adjustment, a lot of talking, and a lot of small fixes. And the more you wait on a project like this, the more shit happens, you know.
Of course.
So people, after a while, I had to focus 100% on the game because otherwise everything would be lost. And the thing, what people don't see is that if the game don't release, it's a lot of money lost for a lot of people, and it's like I cannot even ever show ever again. I have to change name because some people are going to come after me. So there is absolutely no way this happened. So in the end, it worked okay, but it was extremely tight. And then the fact that we have been told that there was no problem because we have a USA company as well, and we can make a sale with the same name, but on USA, different contracts, different people, and everything is fine. You can go. And then it only took maybe 1 day, and they fucked our account, and then we cannot refund our customers. So some customers, they want to be refunded. We cannot refund them. And then it gets worse and worse, and then, we're going to keep your money for 6 months again. But it's the same way. But we are confident because this is USA, and those guys, it's not China.
Okay.
They are going. We believe that these guys, they cannot pull too big. They cannot. I mean, you cannot do bad things like this in USA. So we believe we are going to get our money, but only the money for December. So. It's going to take some extra tricks, but this time I'm not shipping anything without getting paid. And unfortunately, I was saying otherwise before because I was thinking, we can find a way to ship, but it's too easy that we ship everything for free, and then they can blackmail us. Like they could say, because this happened again to other companies. Like you ship everything, and then they say, we are going to refund your customers. Otherwise, so you shipped everything and then they will refund your customers. You know what I mean? They have a big, they can use this to pull other tricks on you. So I don't take any chance. I will inform tomorrow morning the customers that they will get their games, but we are just waiting nice and quiet that we get paid.
And so to be clear, the first time this happened, you still haven't gotten the money yet then?
No. But it's I don't. I'd say it's not that I give up. It's that step by step. Step by step. It's we believe that I'd say we got some money, but we got to pay more to get it. So in the end, it's null. But the thing is, we believe that this will only be resolved if the press is behind us and transmit all the documents we will provide in time, and we believe that also it will be solved only if someone gets really stressed out to lose a business license in China or something like this, because you cannot bribe things like this. So we believe that we will only get our money through a negotiation with the people involved. Because yes, this is China, but we think because fortunately for us it's the same name. Probably this company don't want to have his name involved with mafia, maybe.
Okay.
So we think step by step, but step by step. I cannot talk too much, and then
of course.
I will be. It's okay. I already managed without this, so now it's just about getting paid, and it will take maybe 1 or 2 years to get all the loans repaid. But it's in USA, and those guys, I'm thinking it's okay. So we'll see. But step by step. But for sure, it will get fun later. Yeah. Not for me. For other people, it will get fun.
Did they ever give a reason why they held your money? Both times, I mean.
In Hong Kong, no. They say they give a fake reason, like they say the business is not legitimate.
Okay.
But it doesn't mean anything, and also we got proof that they never contacted us, they never checked our website, they never did anything.
Okay.
So it's 100% bullshit. So, plus, when we ask about it, we have been through meetings and things. So I mean, I moved with some business guys there in their office to see, and there is no explanation given, and it's more that we have been let's say menaced a few times that if we keep asking, we will get fucked big time.
Okay.
So I didn't take any chance, but basically it's just mafiosos techniques. But strangely enough, in USA, it's the same. Because we don't know exactly. There's no reason given, and also our lawyers and our in USA, they have no way to know. We cannot know. There's no way to know anything, and basically the subcontract shit to other companies. So basically they say, "Oh, we don't know." And we cannot tell anything because we don't know, because they make some offshore company with they give the right to decide how to block the funds to other companies. As I say, they outsource the thing, and it's a monkey trick to keep the money and make interest on it. They can play with it, and in Hong Kong, I suspect they even took it for them, like maybe some, I don't know, but it could be used for alcohol or drugs. I don't know, because this money, I don't believe I'm going to see it again. So it could be used for anything, But in USA, I believe they just play with it, make interest, like place it to buy bitcoins or things. I don't know, but because they play this trick on a lot of companies all the time. But we basically. What's a bit sad about it is that if we don't use this company for the video game field, then we would lose a lot. I mean, it's like, I don't know, if you have this company on your website, 70% of the payment will go through this. If you don't have this on your website, you lose half your customers. I mean, in my field, in video game field. So basically, when I am being told that there is no problem, everything is fine. I have to trust some people sometimes. So, but in the end, it's all bullshit. Those guys, they have strategies all around the world, and I don't know. It's like, and there is no competitors that would. I mean, there's no way to get paid for physical products. And what's funny is that I contact a lot of banks and everything, and we are not good. We are not big enough to have a direct banking payment service on our website because you need 1,000. They don't like a spike of payments. They want
continuous.
Yeah, they want continuous, and they want specific amount every month to get. It's way above. It's like for small payments, and also they are only interested most of the time in digital services.
Okay.
Every time I'm telling that I have real products that we manufacture in our own factories, and we assemble and we ship. It's our own. It's not some cheap things in China. It's a real watermelon product. They say, oh, is that a joke or what? We don't work with business because we only work with services or digital or small payments or things like this. What I've been told is that they don't want to work on this because I it's very recent because we never had a problem like this before. So I think it's because we get too big, but in between we are not big, and then we get too big, and probably those companies, they don't want to bother anymore with any kind of how to say bad press because eventually I would get money and then I would go bankrupt, something like this, and because the services or the digital thing, they can always say, let's say, maybe the risk is less because there's no risk. It's just some wind. You know, when you buy something digitally, there's nothing behind. It's just some, let's say, just virtual it's paying for something virtual. So there's no real risk about this. But what's funny is that they keep saying that they don't want to work with us because the customers can do a chargeback on the credit card for 6 months. That's the official reason. But it's all bullshit because the 6-month period is also for digital goods as well.
Okay.
And what's funny is that they don't mind if it's digital. They only mind if it's physical. And the second thing very funny is that our chargeback, even with 3 years delay, the amount of people who did a charge or wanted a refund is much, much, much lower than other normal business where, you know, you got people who want they are not happy with the product, they send it back. You know what I mean? This never happened with us. Like even with 3 years delays, people saying, "Oh, Waterman got to pay a lot of money to a lot of people." No. We refund almost everybody that ask a refund. We refund with our own account, and it's very little. The person is very low, and even though some people who didn't get refund is only a couple of dozen. It's very low. It's like people don't realize. Like so, the argument they say that they are afraid that chargebacks is bullshit. It's like there's no chargeback with the chargeback is so low. It's so low. It's like only a couple of. But what's funny is that they do everything. So this happened because when you get your account blocked, you cannot sell anything to your customer because you cannot sell. You're not allowed to tell anything. And you need to refund the customer. What's going to happen? Some customers are going to be very stressed. They're going to post a lot of messages. They're going to ask eventually to freak out. But they're freaking out just because of the situation. You know what I mean? It's like a perverse way of doing the thing. But even though in this situation, even most of the customers, they understand and they wait, they can wait, and they want games. People want their games. So yes, a lot of people. Why I'm telling you all these details now is because people saying this, like, oh, you should do this, you should do that. But you can believe that we have investigated a lot of ways.
Okay.
We have spent a lot of hours to understand why there is a problem. But the truth is, those companies, they keep your money to make for any reason to make profit on it or something like this. They don't. There's no risk with Waterman. There's never been any failure with Waterman. The customers, they never ask a refund. So
yeah. Okay.
I mean, the percentage is very low. So that's just what I wanted to say. But I think the big payment company now, they only want digital things because nobody. I mean, the whole economy is moving, and probably what's real, the real physical things, is seen obsolete for them. Maybe they want to make cheap money with cheap things, cheap digital things. I'm saying it. I think it's something like this because I don't have any other explanation why it gets harder and harder. I never got problem before. Why every time now every big trouble? So something like this, you know.
So for example, why not switch providers and use a competition, for example? Because there are. Go.
Yeah, but it's the same. We contact everything else. They don't guarantee that you get your money.
Okay.
And they don't want to guarantee it. And when you explain, you explain. But because they say, yeah, you can start to take money immediately. You can take order immediately. Blah 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 blah. they're all nice, all fine. And then you ask, no. At the beginning, I was saying, I want a written paper that I can get the money, and nobody wants to sign this. And then it was long time ago, but because I was pissed about the other issue, so every time I wanted to have it somewhere that I get the money, even if it's after 6 months, I want to it written somewhere, but they don't want to do it. And then recently, I put I'd say water on my wine or something, and I just ask the customer service directly. I contact the customer service and I ask, I'm going to explain to you. If I have that many orders in 24 hours, and what will happen? And they say, no, don't do this, sir. So, and they explain that they all work the same way. They explain that they have a specific risk service that would investigate, and then they explain to you that no, it's not going to be good. It's not going to be good. Like it's not going to end well for you, sir.
Okay, I got it.
So yeah, the problem is that the way I'm selling the games, the people are very excited about it, and they want their games. They will pay for it, and it's not. I would say it's an orthodox business. Maybe it doesn't fit anymore. Let's say, it immediately triggers all their alarms, and they don't like this.
Okay, so. I understand. I'm pretty sure you can't answer this, but it's confidential. But how much money does that platform owe you right now? Ballpark numbers, I mean.
What do you mean?
Sorry.
Sorry, did you ask about this?
I mean, how much money do they owe you in general? Like, how much money have they taken from you?
It's like, I cannot give again, confidential, but it's, I can say it's a couple of houses.
Okay. Okay.
Like, if I, it's a lot of money. It's not small money.
I get it.
It's not,
So, there are a few questions I wanted to ask you regarding my documentary, and these might be a bit sensitive. So I understand if they're uncomfortable questions, but I will explain first. When I did the documentary, I was told that when Watermelon was formed, it was formed, the two co-founders were you and Tulio Gonçalves.
Yes.
And that you used to be great friends, and then a rift began to happen. So, in your own words, what happened exactly? He described what happened, but if you want, I can say, but...
Yeah, I think, let's say, I don't understand that, you say that he said something, but...
I can give a small description, but basically, he would say during the final development Pier Solar times, there was a lot of stress or a lot of there seemed like there was a lot of passive aggressiveness between you two, and when you started working on Paprium, he would say that you would like work on Paprium like yourself, and you wouldn't share the information. And that when you...
okay, I understand. But I'm very glad I didn't share anything, because if I did, it would have been already on the internet before the game release, you know?
Okay.
No, I'm not, I'll say. Only, I don't want to comment this. It's business, and I'll say, people who know, they know. The people who don't know, they don't know, but it's ridiculous. I say. I mean, I'm not running into this. And
I understand.
You got to see. Just people have to see who do the games and who release them. And, we will see. Then I mean, we'll see. But everybody is free to do anything. But for Pier Solar and Paprium and all the games, there's a lot of people who work very hard on those games. And usually it's not the people you think. And what I say is that I don't like this I see exactly what's going on. Some people, they want to say something so they can advertise for the new company, but no, it's not working like this. Do something good, and then we will see. And I'm very glad that it's, of course, always unfortunate, but the thing is that when a company is running into difficulties, it's not a good idea to spit on other people's back or say anything. And then
I understand.
And if by any situation I would not have been in charge, I can tell you 100% the thing would have been long cancelled and nobody would have gotten this game. So
I understand.
So yeah, I don't want to talk about this, but
no worries,
people
no
can
worries.
understand. People can understand.
Of course, I understand. No worries. One other question. I'm sorry, I'm just checking my list. I just confused my papers here, and I had another follow-up question regarding that. Give me just 1 second. Oh man, where did I put it? Yes, here it is. Sorry. Another people I interviewed was Sasha Darko, the person behind Sacred Line Genesis, and he's.
Oh yeah, I don't know. Is it a live audio? Are you going to release the audio, or just for writing, or?
I can put the audio if you want, but basically in the final video.
No. Yeah, but just to keep it off. This guy is a psychopath.
Okay.
And he's completely out of his mind. And
Okay.
we help him a lot. And the day we release our game with him, he was already trying to sell. He was already trying to. It was so ridiculous. He was on Watermelon message board trying to sell copies of the game, or trying to sell the ROM of the game to people who want it, and things like this.
Oh,
and then
okay.
He had all sorts of requirements that we have to pay in cash, in wallet of cash. This guy is a psycho, that's all. And we help him a lot, and he kept from day one. And also he got paranoid because he was saying that we keep selling some copies without giving him money or something like that. Such a joke, like we pay everything to him, and this guy cannot understand. And also, yeah, he wanted to be paid royalties on his own copies that we give him for free.
Okay.
So you can see this guy is a complete psycho, and we were, I'd say, we spent a lot of time to help him, and we made because we work on I don't know, a couple of dozen of projects for Mega Drive, known release, because most of the projects, it's the same kind of guys. Like they contact you, they want, and then we stopped doing this because we were willing to publish games for other people, because we have all the facilities to do. But all the projects that get cancelled one by one, and not by us, by the other people. And there's a couple of people like it's like you work for them, and then at the last moment they say, "Oh, no, you're not good guys. I'm not going working with you." But they keep all your work, you know. They keep all your, they keep all the, let's say. If you do packaging design, or you backup or proofread, or all things like this. And also the guy say, "Oh, you're a thief. You steal the money from Sasha Darko guy."
I see.
It's so ridiculous because this guy is such a piece of shit. I mean, I think he's a psychopath or something. But I can tell you, I got a couple of them. And I cannot believe you interview this guy. So I say, I don't know what he said. He said he didn't get paid or something
He said, and I'm going to quote here. I have the quote right here. That Tulio sent him the first 2 payments, and then there are 2 missing payments. There are 2 payments missing from Watermelon after Tulio left. That was his quote.
Yeah. I don't care about this. I don't know. We gave the wallet of cash. So it's like, it's ridiculous. Like,
I understand.
Yeah. He can really fuck himself big time. I waste so much time with those guys. Like, I cannot believe it. Yeah, of course. But we work with a lot of people for every game. And as far as I know, nobody is unhappy. And every time we finish a contract, I ask sometimes for how people want to change the way of working and things like this. And most of the time, no, people are okay with it. Like I don't think I'm a bad company, and I don't think all the lies, but not being paid or whatever. Sometimes it's just royalties that people get paid at the release, or sometimes it's just, I'd say, small. It's, I don't know. I've seen some complaints about some people who didn't get like a $50. I don't know.
Okay.
But it's like $50 out of how many dollars? Like, and it's like I don't have any. At some point, I didn't have any more credit card, but it's like a very small percentage, and maybe people, because when you contact those guys, they freak out because they think something's going wrong or something. And we got the issues back then. People are confused sometimes because they work with me, we work professionally, and then some other guys, they come and they say, did you get ripped off? Did you get ripped off? And then those guys, they, what's going on? And we got a couple of people who say they are missing some money, but it's sometimes it's just when the game gets released, they get some extra, but it's nothing. It's not. Let's say it's just sometimes just an agreement we do, but nothing. I mean, people get paid for their job, huh? So I want to make it clear, like there is no scam or
of course
anything. Like.
This is also a bit of a complicated question. In my review, Tulio, I contacted a few people who worked on documentary, and Tulio stated that he felt it was unfair that his name was only in the special things. As he said, he worked with Tito on the sound development tools, and he should have at least been given a credit similar to Tito.
Oh, really? Oh, the poor guy. Well, no, I don't know. When I got Watermelon, I asked everybody involved in the Paprium if they had anything to do with the people because I want to make sure the project is clean.
Okay.
I got 100% assurance there is nothing, because the problem is that, I don't want to have any material in our games that with people we cannot rely on or can turn on us, because on the game is released, you take a huge risk of lawsuit or something if there is anything in your game that is not clean, 100%.
Oh, okay.
So what I did is that I ensure 100% that there is absolutely nothing that can cause problem. Of course, it's a big game, so there's always small things. But people get credited when they do some work, and it can feel unfair, but there's no way I'm crediting someone who did few work.
Okay.
And it's unfair for the other people. And also we credited a lot of people in the game that did some things, but it's not used in the final game because we had to cut something, we had to redesign some engineering, and some people are credited for some jobs, but it's not in the final game. But we consider it's fair enough because they did a lot of work, and we use their work to. At some point we use it, and it was supposed to be like this, and you know what I mean? It's like for people who work. And there's a couple of people in the credits that their work is not in the game, but it's a lot of work, and they get credited anyway. But it's more on the technical,
of course,
like sound tools or hardware or something like this. But most of the time, when I work with an engineering company, you're not going to credit. It's like an Apple product. When you got Apple release iPhone, there is no credit with engineering company and every name of the guys. Some guys we work with some companies, and I'm not crediting the name of the guys who work on the. I don't know what you mean. I don't know if you see what I mean, but
I understand.
Sometimes when you work professionally, there is no credit. The credit is just for the sake of it.
Of course. By the way, in the documentary, it was revealed that among the various Watermelon projects, you were also at one point planning to launch a physical copy of Langrisser 2 and Vixen 357?
Yes, but this is breaking NDA. I'm very glad I didn't watch. I'm glad I didn't watch the interview because if I watch the interview, it's the same people who are going to complain. They are not getting any royalties or any further thing from me. But like I said in email, I'm fair enough to them. I'm not going to watch who say that. But if they ever they ever say anything bad. Yeah, but I'm fair. Maybe they were stressed. Maybe they want to say things. I don't want to look how they say it, but it's not it's not the way you do business. But I can understand. They can say it's not the way to do business to be silent as well. But the thing is that I don't break NDAs.
So you can't say anything about these games? Like, are they still being planned?
No,
Okay.
I cannot say.
No worries.
I cannot say anything about these games. But like I said, those games, some of them were, let's say, were supposed to be released a long time ago, and everything has to be stopped. And also, some games is more complicated than it looks. Like some people, there is a lot of things going on. It's just because when you interview some people they are not aware of the background of the thing because I'm not explaining everything. I'm not going to tell everybody about every single detail on the project. So
of course,
but sometimes it's more complicated than it looks. Like so.
So, is it okay if we move on to Project N?
Yeah, okay, no problem.
So, the page for Project N hasn't been updated in a long time, but you recently said in an interview for a French YouTuber, I believe, that you're starting to resume work on Project N? Yes.
Also, we sent a newsletter to the investor in the game, and of course, this game was put in stop since maybe 2018, maybe. And we, let's say, the programmer of the game, because it's a Super Nintendo game, and the programmer of the game decided to rewrite everything from scratch.
Okay.
Because the game has been playable for, I don't remember exactly, but maybe 2016. 15, I don't know. But the problem is that the performance was always an issue, and performance, I mean, the program performance, like slowdowns, and it was very difficult to add more things to the game because the performance was already very slow, and we couldn't add more, and even it was a bit annoying because when you test a game with slowdown, it's difficult to figure out how to improve things. And that's a good decision to rewrite everything from scratch with everything in mind, and it's going to be a bit different game. It's the same idea. It's the same because everything is already designed for a long time, like the music, packaging, injection tooling, the goodies, everything is ready. But the game content also mostly ready. All the maps, all the backgrounds, all the sprites, all the music, all the sound effects, everything is ready for a long time. But it was decided to rework the gameplay for more fun, and also I would say the programmer of the game is not, let's say, get a free card to do whatever I think is going to be good, because in the end it's sometimes difficult to work with on a project where you're not 100% in charge of the direction, and maybe the game will be more a little bit more arcade than exploration. But I think it's for the good, and I cannot wait to see. And we are. The people involved is working actively on it, and every week, like we see some progress. It's quite nice. I don't know. I cannot give a deadline yet, but given everything is mostly ready. It's just finding a way to program. So to program the thing and that it plays well. So
that makes sense. Actually, you said that. Excuse me. You said that all the assets were already done, and this reminds me of a conversation we had over email, which I also said I was going to ask this question, which is in the documentary, Tulio said that him and Zabo, the person who also worked on the Pier soundtrack, I believe, had composed music for Project N. And that, go ahead. Sorry.
Maybe some test tracks, but I would say.
What they told me.
I'm not taking any risk, and I don't want to discuss this. And, I'd say I don't like this way of working. And And I'd say it's I don't know. We don't know who composed what. So
Okay.
I don't want to
understand.
have any chance of any issues, especially for the music. The problem with the music is, I mean, it's not a problem, it's a good thing. Is that you cannot, I mean, it depends on the country, but you cannot get the rights of the music. So if you got a game with the music on it, and if this music causes a problem, you can have all the documents you want. It's not going to help, and I don't take any chance. Any chance. And the game, the music was composed a long time ago. There was a couple of people who worked on it, and I'm 100% sure of what I get in the game. I can guarantee you that there is no way it's involved with the people you talk about, and it's not because I don't like them. It's just I don't remember the details, but I'm 100% sure. I'm 100% sure. It's not the name you mentioned, so I don't know.
Basically,
I don't know what's going on, but probably just some tests. Same way for project. For other project, we do a lot of tests with various artists, and sometimes the tests are paid even. Sometimes the music doesn't go in the game. That's life. That's how it is.
Okay, that makes sense. What they told me was that they made 24 tracks, and that it would not use a Super Nintendo sound chip, that it would use an external sound chip, like Paprium.
Yeah, but this I don't know the details about
it. So
I don't know what's true or what's wrong.
No worries.
But I feel sad for people who work hard on this, but they should not point the finger always on the
Of course.
I don't know exactly the details, but I don't know.
I understand. I have an easier question. Can you tell us anything about Project 10? What is the game like? What's the genre?
Yeah, of course. Because it's public. It was because we designed after Pier as a magical game factory with a website where people could vote, and they could their votes could turn into games, and there have been few projects, but the one people know about is Paprium. So people choose the Mega Drive, and they choose the beat 'em all, RPG elements. They choose cyberpunk. They choose the big sprites. They choose post-apocalyptic settings, and they choose a few things for Paprium first, and they choose another. We made another project, and then the people choose a Super Nintendo game with RPG and action RPG elements, like Zelda. And the settings is, I remember, classical or something like this. And so it's like a Pokey and Rocky, the game with the bullets, mixed with Zelda a bit, and it's like an action RPG, you know. And the settings is more classical, like a more something you don't see. I mean, you don't see too much, but maybe yes, maybe not. I don't know. It's like a realistic, more or less. Like it's based on Greek stories, and it has a classical art vibe to it. And it's more about exploration and some action as well. And it's not a huge game with 1,000 of hours. I mean, it's not an RPG like with I don't know 50 hours of gameplay, but it's a unique design, so it's not a 2 hours game either, you know.
I understand.
I don't know if you play Paprium, but we designed the way the game is built is a bit more complicated than a regular beat 'em all, you know.
I finished Paprium in both the arcade and the other mode. What's it called? The
original mode.
Original mode, yes. And I finished. I troned all areas. I unlocked. I unlocked the shark, Electra, and the old man. Actually, are there more secret characters? How many characters are there in Paprium?
There are people working on a strategy guide of the game, and I honestly I don't remember how to unlock everything, but I think you unlock a couple of things. But you see, the game is not 100% linear.
I saw.
Yeah, we try to do some new ideas, like even if it's not very big new ideas, at least something different. And for Office, there is a nice element that's different from Paprium, but it's making the game more interesting, I would say, and maybe unseen. But again, it's not going to change the video game industry, I think. But it's just a small touch that you don't see in other games. So I'm curious what people will think about it. So.
By the way, people love the Grand Stick. Are you planning on making more Grand Stick arcade sticks?
Yeah, that's very nice. People like it, but sold out. It was just a limited run for the. We were supposed to have more of it, but we had to cut down.
Okay.
The quantities to only the Paprium one, and I don't know. I'm still thinking about how we can please everybody, but it's an expensive piece of hardware. The volume, people don't see this, but just in storage, it's absolutely huge. It's like I don't even understand. I mean, if the warehouse to store this is huge.
Okay.
It's not easy. It's not easy to do because even when you do it, you have to ship it, and it's getting more expensive to ship things. So I don't know. Maybe we have. I don't know, but yes, I did notice that people say they like it. So. Yeah, more people want it, and we are sold out. So I try to find a way for them. But like I said, the quantities are very low each time, and even if the quantity is very low, it's still a big mess. Because it's 100% custom made, you know.
So, I understand.
But the good news is that we were supposed to do a lot more of them. So we can probably use some spare parts. I don't know. I have to think.
Are you thinking of making like a joystick for Project 10 as well?
No use. I mean, as a joke, we were thinking about doing one, but it's no much use to have a stick for Zelda, no?
Okay, I see.
No, what do you think? Even with Paprium, people like the stick, so I'm glad they like it, but personally I play with the joypad. I don't understand how people can play so fast with the stick. I think the joypad is faster, but I
prefer the joypad as well, to be honest, especially the 6-button Japanese Mega Drive controller. I think that joypad is so comfortable. I love using it.
Yeah. I mean, it should be. I suspect that people who play with the joypad are faster, but I'm not sure.
So one of the criticisms that Paprium as a game received was that the enemies don't know how to react against a jump kick. If you keep jumping and kicking, you can defeat almost everyone.
Yeah. I read that. Yeah, unfortunately, I'd say. Yes, it's. But actually, we use the jump kick as well when the game gets very difficult. Some testers and even myself, when it's so stressful, you start jumping. But we found out that some people they do the whole game jumping, and I mean, then I'd say. It's okay to have to be able to jump and kick everybody around, but it's true that the enemies that should react to the jumping is not clear enough, and it's a bit sad because it's just a setting, and we have been discussing with some people who play the game hundreds of hours, and we know how to tune this a bit better, but again. You will see. It's more just about increasing some settings somewhere and making a just small tweaks. But the game, I'm not going to change the game. There is, I think there is a lot of trolling about this because I'm 100% sure most of the beat'em all back then you can jump kick as well. Except maybe Street of Rage 2 or 3, but I'm 100% confident that Street of Rage 1 or Golden Axe or anything like this you can jump kick. But it's true that the issue with Paprium is that the mood is different because you got many enemies, so the way the game is arranged, the enemies are more flowing, like there's some kind of flow, and having enemies who would do sucker things, like it would break the game mood, I think.
Okay.
But we found a way. And it's been adjusted to be a bit. I mean, based on the feedback, but just more changes. So.
But just to be clear, does this mean the reprints will have an update on the enemy AI or?
No, it's not. It's not much. It's not the enemy AI intelligence. It's more just some tweaks in settings.
Okay.
But it's not much. And again, I don't want people to think that the original game is broken.
Okay.
That's I'd say. That's just the story of the game is a mess.
Okay.
But of course, if we had because for Pier we had maybe I don't know 200 beta testers or something like this. I can assure you that if we had made a round of 200 beta testers before the release of the game, I can assure you the game would have been 1% leaked on the internet. You know?
Of course.
So, like I say, the final tweaks, we were only a very limited amount of people, and we were, I'd say, some people not from the community. So, but it's the story of the game. Is that the way? That was the only way to guarantee the game would be released and people get their games. Because I can tell you, if the game the cartridge of the beta of the game get on eBay before the release,
okay,
there's not even no. I mean, the thing is already so much a mess that it just cancels the development because it just cancels the release because people would have been dumping the game much faster, and then everybody would get the game for free and things like this. So not good.
I understand your point, but then again, a ROM dump will always happen. I believe Paprium has already been dumped, if I'm not mistaken.
No, I don't.
It hasn't?
Really?
No. I only searched online and saw a few Reddit threads, but I didn't click on it because I don't need the ROM, so I didn't check the links. But
no, I don't think so.
Okay.
I don't think so. The game, and I don't encourage anybody to dump anything. And if people, because some people they think they need to dump it because maybe it's good for us. But like I said, people. They can do one game and then they may put it on for free, and it's even worse for Paprium because we are barely, even if we get all our money, we are not going to make it through with money. So it's like barely okay. And if on top of that there is some people who put the game online, then what about the customers? What about the people who it's not good? It's not good. And it should be a couple of years. The same for Pier. Some people, I've seen some flashcards with Pier support. Those guys are very lucky that we don't have very strong lawyers, very excited now, because the problem is that there is no reason for Pier to be on a fresh cartridge, because if anybody has any problem with any Pier cartridge, we replace them.
Okay.
And it never happened. So the fact saying that, oh yeah, but we put flash support for your games so people can keep it forever, or never have problem with defective cartridge or something. But it's not true. It's because it's okay for, it's not even okay, but for very old games that people already got in their collection and they... Something like this, why not? Maybe worst case, but for people that is not your work, and on top of that, the game is still on sale. On top of that, some customers are still waiting. And top of that, there's a life warranty. And so far, anybody has any problem, and we don't know about any problem. But if anybody has any problem, he can get a replacement cartridge. So what? It's extremely unfair, and those people, they are completely out of their mind. Like, I think people know that pirate things without even thinking. It seems to be even trendy to do it, but I'm more shocked because I go on message board now, and maybe 10 years ago, because I don't go on the internet for many years, but 10 years ago, if you talk about a ROM on a message board, you get kicked immediately.
Okay.
Nowadays, you go to the people, they say they are fan of Mega Drive and anything like this, but the same guys, there is open threads talking about how to pirate the games, you can see there's a big change in mentalities, and I can tell you it's worldwide. It's worldwide.
I think it's because the Mega Drive or the console is getting old, the hardware itself, and Mega Drives are starting to break down, and so people are getting more concerned with the whole preserving the ROMs mentality.
Yeah, but they can be fine with their games already. I mean, not about Pier, not about Paprium. There's no way. No.
Okay.
Because I'm okay about games that are not sold anymore or things like this. And there is 20 years has been passed and nobody knows who owns anything. It's very, very different to pirate a game from a company that exists, selling the thing and everything. And I'm very sad because most of the retro gaming now, the money I don't know the numbers, but I could bet on this that maybe 99% of the whole economy about retro gaming is about the pirating. It's about selling a copy device. It's okay, maybe if you already got the game, you can put the ROM on your thing and fine. Okay, whatever. But what people say about people don't realize that when you got the whole economy is just about pirating things. How are you going to get new things? Like, how are you going to get anything nice happening to you? No. It's just about something getting muddier, and I'm 100% sure because I can see the factories in China, they are copying the flash cartridges themselves. So I can tell you the quantity must be astronomical. Like those guys make millions to pirate things. I've also seen some people doing they copy existing games and making the packaging again and selling them. I mean, there is even fake games. No, it's completely crazy. I don't know if people know that. Is that because I've seen it in China? It's same for arcade games. I visited a factory that was making PCBs that look like the original. Oh. And it's so by luck because me, I don't work with any factories. It's my own. I'd say I work with direct factories. I don't work with any factory who do any video games because all the parts. It's me who assembles them myself. Nobody. I work directly with the manufacturer of the goods, the screws, the plastic parts, the injections, things like this. So I normally I don't have to deal with anything related to video games. But time to time, I go to see a factory to visit, and then I see what they're getting out. And it's amazing to see the amount of fake Game Boys or fake PCBs. Or even I've seen some fake Super Nintendo games. They copy the original one, and they make it look like the original, and then maybe they put it on eBay. I don't know what they do with this, but if this happened in China, I can tell you it's millions, and it's not good because in the end, what you want to do if you like a system is to make the only way to make a new system live, to make the Mega Drive live on, is to make new games or new things. But it's not about piracy, and it's not about hacking, or it's not about making clones. If you want to have something good happening, it's about preserving the original hardware. It's about making new games. It's about replacing capacitors, maybe. It's about adding HDMI output. But it's not about making new products because then it's endless. And then in the end, what we are going to have some FPGA game system with everything inside, like a save state, screenshot, and SD card port where you can put all the games. And then why? Then better use an emulator, you know. I don't like the. I mean, I feel it's not the right way. The right direction to do it, and it's very sad because if people spend their energy to make new games instead of piracy, we probably would have gotten a lot more nice things, you know.
Of course, I understand.
So, yeah. Well, it's just my small rant because I'd say I'm a bit pissed about people who would like to hack Pier or Paprium because it's honestly. Not good idea to do this now, like, especially with the customer waiting.
Of course.
And No. If those guys do it, such a shame.
Actually, when I interviewed, do you remember Jorge Candeias?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
He worked on the prototype of Paprium and
Yes.
Project N as well.
Exactly. Like he said that he originally he was able to crack the Pier Solar cartridge, and that's how he contacted you, you Watermelon, I mean. And he said that like the original Pier Solar cartridges didn't have resistors or level shifters. Then
Yeah,
he had,
I would say because I got a message about this saying that our games are this, our games are that. But the original Pier Solar cartridges, there's never been any issues, and I can tell you it's an RPG. People play thousands of hours on it, and there is no problem. So what is the thing? And also the cartridge was designed with engineering studio.
Okay.
Professional people, and we use components that have tolerance for working without the resistors. So
Okay.
I don't believe. I think this. I don't know why people say this, but there is a trend now to say which repro is good, which repro is bad. But I can assure you that our games get thousands of hours of playtime, and if there was any issues, any single issues, I would have known about it.
No worries.
So I think then we redesigned some cartridges to use new components, but that's probably what he meant. But
yes.
I'm not aware of any issues.
Yes, he said that he designed then some new components for the Pure Solar, which were used in the reprints. And so I was going to ask, does Paprium and will the future Pure Solar reprints have the newer components, the newer resistors, the newer level shifters?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah, what do you mean? No, but it's not even about this. It's like there is a lot of talking about level shifting and everything. I've seen this discussion, but you can have the electrical engineer working, and I can assure you that most of the design, sometimes there is no level shifting because there's just resistance. People say the resistance is bad and things like this, but it's not true. And you can have a perfectly fine design, and even without the resistance, it depends on the component on the other side, on how it's designed, and what the batch number. Because a long time, maybe 20 years ago, most of the components were still 5-volt compatible, and now only a couple of them are still unofficially, and some are, and some use resistance, and some use level shifting, and for Paprium, there's level shifting ICs, and just because for performance issues, I would say, and we got some couple of other games planned, and I did redesign. I got the cartridge redesigned again to simplify the manufacturing, and they don't use resistance; they use transceivers as well. So. But again, I can assure you there is no design issues, and if there was any design issue, I would have known, because Pier Solar is the most sold game ever on a retro system, ever. It's never going to be topped, maybe just by Paprium, but the quantity is like 100 times of all. I mean, there's no comparison possible, and if there was any issue, I would have known.
I understand.
Yeah.
So when I got my Paprium cartridge, the shielding for the FPGA it popped out. So what happened? Why did so many cartridges have this issue?
It's the same as incompatibility with Mega Drive 1. We just seen that at the time of shipping, we found out some cartridge popped out, and it's very sad. But actually, the cartridge has been maybe in storage for I don't know, more than 1 year, finished, in storage, and what I think happened, because at the factory we never seen this problem, and even 1 year after we never seen this problem. And what I think is that the cartridge, the shielding was put in a high temperature environment, And what happened is that when we shipped the game, they were frozen during the shipment because we shipped in December and the containers got frozen. And unfortunately, probably the delta of temperature between 40 degrees and minus.
Okay.
Probably the glue we use, the epoxy, let's say, the aluminum cover contracted something bad. But yeah, it's very unfortunate, and unfortunately, this. I mean, we've seen the problem. We try. We ensure that it was not causing any short circuit, any dysfunctional it is, and when we inform the customers, and we have a FAQ on our website. We are not aware of any trouble from these issues, even if the cartridge keep. Of course, if you shake your game like a crazy guy, maybe you can damage something. But as far as I know, there is no issue with that. And people, of course, it's unfortunate. But like I said, what you're gonna do? Like you're going to cancel the release because to open every game and put a piece of tape, it's going to cost you maybe 10,000 man hours. And no way. So and the game would have never been released. So because of these issues, yeah, it's a bit unfortunate, but I don't know what the quantity is, and I don't know if it's a small, maybe 10%. I don't know. But what I've seen is a lot of trolling, and that's why
I understand.
I don't know. I will see in the end, but it could be a lot of cartridge. But like I said, we are going to post some additional information how to, let's say, fix this. Again, it's a very unfortunate issue, but people got to realize that there is no, let's say. If anybody complain, they can remove the thing or they can keep it. It's fine. It's a bit a shame, but or whatever. Who cares?
Some people were a little upset. They said that the shielding actually serves no purpose, that it's just there to look pretty.
Yeah, it serves no purpose because it was just for the style, because you know, like a Pentium CPUs, because at some point we were supposed to have our own IC, and it would have been covered with a plate like this. So in the end, for fun, I keep this because anyway I have the plates, but the thing is, it serves no purpose because the design is, I'd say, very efficient. The only thing that eats up is a Mega Drive. The cartridge itself there is no shielding purpose. There is no any reason, like it's not going to eat up, you know.
I understand.
So that's why people can do whatever they want. We wrote this in a FAQ on the website. It's written since day one. There is no problem with keeping it, whatever it is, removing it, putting it back with a piece of tape.
I understand.
It's no purpose.
Okay, this interview is going rather long, so let's just say 6 more questions and we're done. Does that sound good?
Yeah, okay, no problem.
Okay. So in a recent interview with Steph, I think I pronounced his name correctly, a French YouTuber.
Yes.
I don't speak French, so I was told this secondhand. That you said the FPGA is primarily used as a copy protection?
No.
Okay.
Again, you know, the interview is, but some people they get interviewed, but they are not aware of all the details because I work with some people for some specific jobs. So it was written in this interview that whatever was said is just some ideas or something. But it's true that it serves in some way in some protection because whatever you do is a copy protection.
Okay.
But it's not a FPGA. It's not even FPGA. It's a logic gate. Let's say CPLD.
Okay.
And it's a much smaller chip than the FPGA, and it serves a memory interface and some. There's a lot of. I'd say the game is doing a real-time decompression, and there's a decompression hardware. So. inside the wall IC. So it's. I mean, we did nothing that Sega couldn't have done back then. So,
Okay.
That's why I'm very. There's a lot of people saying there's no merit because the game ran on the cartridge. It's not true. We were supposed to run everything combined one IC, the Dayton Meister, and I can guarantee you that there is absolutely nothing in there that couldn't have been done in 1983.
Okay.
And what's important to know is that a lot of people say, oh yeah, but the FPGA is 10 times more powerful or 100 times more powerful than the Mega Drive. But I choose a component from the market because I cannot make my own IC. And it's probably right. And if you read the datasheet, you can find that you can process this amount of data, whatever. But the thing is, I choose the IC that from the market that fits the requirements, and of course because it's not custom.
Okay, I understand.
So, and it doesn't mean that if it's 100 more powerful and it's 3 gigahertz or whatever, it doesn't mean that it's running, or it doesn't mean that it's used 100%. And I can tell you that even the clocking is underclock and everything. Is not even the clock is not even is the same speed as what you could get in for a SuperFX or something.
That makes sense. Okay, so one of the most asked questions is about the Mega SG, which you already answered several times. But,
oh yeah.
But now here's the major question regarding the Mega SG. The first person who got the Paprium to run on Mega SG said, and I'm going to have to quote here. It said that, and I quote, "It seemed that the game was sending the wrong information on purpose." And so some people started thinking, oh, maybe Fonzie made the game incompatible with the Mega SG on purpose. Or something.
No. Okay. It's just some remorse or something. I don't know. Okay. Because people got pissed about the Mega SG thing. And how to say, they got pissed and because they got the trolling minigame or something like this. And they think they get pranked or something. But the Mega SG is not compatible with the game because it's not a real hardware. And the timing is wrong, and they fix it maybe, but it's not my business. I make a Mega Drive game. It's not. I'm not making a Mega SG game, and this is where I see it's getting ridiculous. Is that we got some customers who complained that the game was not compatible with Mega SG. But I don't care about the Mega SG. People got to realize that. I don't give a shit about the Mega SG. And if people want to buy something that doesn't work, or if they want to buy something that doesn't help the Mega Drive community, and it's their own problem, and I don't care. And I didn't make it not working on purpose. And actually, we figure out the incompatibility at some point. But nobody, I'd say. I'm not going to disclose additional information, but if the game didn't work on the Mega SG, people should start pointing fingers to the right direction, not me.
I understand.
And I didn't do anything on purpose, and I guess they fixed some timings. But again, I don't have anything against the people. I don't have anything against the guy because I know a bit the story. I don't have anything against the guy who designed the Mega SG. He did a great job. He can do whatever he wants. And I don't have anything. I say good job, nice, but I don't like the people who say that it's made on purpose or whatever. No. Also, I make a Mega Drive game, and that's all. It's a Mega SG. Maybe the Mega SG is better now. I don't know because they fix it.
I never used it, so
I don't know. But I don't have I didn't have a Mega SG. I only got it maybe. I don't know, very last moment. I got to buy it myself. So, and I'm not interested into this. So I don't know. I think it's okay. It's more shameful that the game doesn't work on the Mega Drive 1. This is shameful for me. But the Mega SG, I don't care.
Is there a way to unlock the minigame anytime we want in a regular Mega Drive?
There should be a way, but people ask. There are small ways because I've seen some guys can do it with a Game Genie or something.
Oh, okay. That makes sense. So we're really coming around the end. So one question I got a lot was, when are the Pier Solar and the Paprium reprints being sent?
Like I said, so for the Pier Solar reprint, the games, I would say, the PCB and everything is ready for many years. The thing is that it's been the 10 years of Pier Solar, maybe 1 year ago or 2 years ago. And I was thinking, because the people, they wait for so long, it was not possible. I couldn't pay for the assembly of the cartridges. But it's also a good thing because I couldn't, I had to focus on Paprium. All the funds get to Paprium. So what I told the customers who did pre-order the Pier Solar reprint, but it's very little people. It's very little amount of people. I told them that they cannot get the game anyway because we cannot pay for the assembly of the games, unfortunately. They will get it. But what I told them is that either they get a refund, either they wait for April. Originally, they wait for April, and they would get the 10 years edition of the game, which is basically just an edition we do for the anniversary, 10-year anniversary of the game, and I think it will be the final run of the game anyway. So I think it's maybe okay to wait, but I would say that we can refund, but it's not 100% true because we cannot have access to any PayPal accounts. It's a bit difficult to refund, but people will get their games, and what they will get is much better than because the 10-year edition is better. And like I said, I'm going to send a news tomorrow probably that I'm not shipping. Like I say, I'm not shipping anything until I get paid. So.
I understand. How is it better, by the way? Does it have new dungeons or new content?
No. Those kind of games, the Pier Solar games, we made. There is no bugs in the game. From what I know, but it's same as Paprium. There is no big bugs, but we make one or two
improvements.
No, it's not even improvements. Just change a few bytes. To fix some small things, but what people have to realize that to recompile Pier Solar. It's not possible. It's too complicated.
I understand.
It would take too much risk to break something. So what we do is that when we want to fix something in the game, we just hack it.
I understand.
But for Paprium, it's different. Paprium is I did redesign the whole tool suits for Waterman, and you can click and build the game. And for Pier Solar, there's so many steps. So many dodgy tools, like if you don't have the right Python or Microsoft programming library or something, if it's not installed, something will fail, and then you don't know. Because the game is 60 hours long. Maybe there could be a magical bug somewhere. It's too risky, so I'm sorry to disappoint people who wanted to have a new game, but but usually we don't change. But maybe it's for the best because then we can tell that all the games are the same. Huh?
True. So one point that this is information from 2018, but one point that popped up during the documentary is that some ex-Watermelon staff said they still hadn't gotten paid, like Josh Candeias, Kenny Morgan, Camille.
Not what? Sorry?
So that some this is from 2018, but some ex-Watermelon staff said that they still hadn't gotten paid the entire money that Watermelon owes them. I assume you're waiting for like your accounts to...
Can you, it's very interesting. Can you give me the names?
Yes, some people were Jorge Candeias, Kenny Morgan, and Camille. But this is from 2018. I don't know if in the meantime you've paid them. I have no idea.
No, it's just I don't understand. The Kenny guy, if he doesn't get paid, he can contact me anytime. The George guy, he can contact me anytime as well. I'm not aware that I owe them anything.
Okay.
And I don't know why they say that, but probably I don't know.
Okay.
And for Kenny, probably we were owning a bit of money, but he got paid, and there's always royalties. And also, again, if there was anything to be paid, it was such a small amount compared to what was paid previously. So I don't know in which context you got this, but I don't know. I can only guess. It was fashionable to say that you were not getting paid. I don't know. Yeah, but Camille, yes, but she got paid. So.
Okay. Oh, but like I said, this is from 2018, so I have no idea in the meantime what happened.
Yeah, no, but for the other two, I have no idea.
Okay. So I have good news. I have. Go ahead. I have good news, which is I have one more difficult question and then 2 easy questions, and we're done.
Yeah, no problem. Yeah, but about the payment thing, what people got to realize that there is 100 of people in each games, and people who were supposed to be paid are paid, and so I don't understand why those two they would say they are not paid, but it would be interesting that they contact me maybe.
Okay.
Instead of saying they are not paid, you know what I mean?
I understand.
Because I don't know. I'm sorry for that.
That's okay. So. The other question was, why did you increase the price for Paprium after the pre-order? And specifically, why is the European edition so much more expensive than the rest?
It was explained to everybody by newsletter. We didn't get paid, so we ship everything at our own expense. So the only way to get the money back is to, because the game, it was even, people pay so little money, even if we get paid, it would be at cost, you know. So even that we didn't get paid, so we made some simple calculation of what is going to be sold and what money we need to get back, and the price is like this, and it feels a bit expensive. I agree, but on the other hand, we believe that 200 USD for there is Mega Drive games now that are maybe 200 or 300 USD second hand, but we believe that for 100% custom games are never going to be seen again. It is how to say craftsmanship, blah 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 blah. I've seen some people buying iPhones at 1,000 USD and or buying a pair of shoes at 300 USD. I can assure you that the game is extremely cheap for what it is. Okay. If I show the business listings to anybody, they would say, "Oh, you can add one more zero." So that's what I mean. It's like people don't realize the game is a good game. It's big. I mean, it's supposed to be good, and it's quite big. There is no way, even if it was released back then, it would have been an expensive game as well. And it's custom made for maybe a couple of thousand of people. If people think it's too expensive, then I don't know.
I think it will come back. Like once you make like a modern port of the game for modern systems, I think a lot of people will be more willing to buy because it'll be cheaper that way.
Oh yeah, of course. But like I said, now I focus on Mega Drive. And,
of course.
Yeah, of course. The port will not be so expensive. Also, why the European version is more expensive is because
of course
because we were almost sold out, and what I decided, but it's not a good idea in the end, is that I keep increasing the price so until nobody buys.
Of course.
And because there is only maybe. Because the limited edition is really limited, you know. Yes,
it's a boutique item. It's very, very specific, basically.
Yeah, it's just because the number is. I mean, I'm not going to manufacture more games of this. It would be lying, and it's not possible. Even it's too expensive. So the numbers are real. Like otherwise, if I didn't increase the price, it would have been sold out, and then what people would have said, the game would have been put on eBay or something. I prefer to keep some copies for people who really want it later, maybe, than having everything finished on eBay, you know.
So you've also recently announced a new game called AMB96.
Yeah.
Can you tell us anything about it?
Yeah, I've seen some people have seen the secret page.
I pre-ordered the game, actually. I haven't pre-ordered it.
Ah, very good. Very wise. But did you yes, we try, I mean, that's not funny exactly. I mean, funny or not, but we figure out that I'd say a lot of people they don't like watermelon. They don't like they hate, but they still buy the games. I don't know. Maybe I don't know. But what we found out is that I try some new things. Because I like to experiment, and the idea here was that only our customers. Okay, the game is expensive. Okay, you don't have any information, but it's written on the page. You will not get information, and you pay for something. We can more or less say it's going to be fun. If you don't want to buy it, you don't buy. You don't buy it. I don't want you to buy it if you don't want it. And it's written clearly, I mean, more or less clearly, that we are not going to spoil anything, and it's going to be a big surprise.
Okay.
So it's a different way to do it, to approach the thing. Of course, I'm not going to sell as many games, especially if my money gets stolen by some guys. But I prefer to work with people who, because like I told you, the price even at $200, it sounds very expensive, but it's not for such kind of products. It's a lot of work to make one game. So we think that this price, okay, it's expensive, but at least the customer who buy it, they know what they are, and they are going to be rewarded eventually.
I understand.
And it's a different way of doing it. And of course, some people they get very angry, but then they don't buy it, and they say, "Oh yeah, but Fonzie is elitist." No, I'm not elitist. It's just what I'm doing now is that the game are so expensive. There's so much money to lose on this that I want to make it the best for the customer. And what's the best for the customer is to have a good game and not being spoiled, and to make 100% sure they get something good. And it's what's important. They get the game. Because I could make another thing. I could make a very cheap game and communicate all the time and spend all my money in advertising on YouTube or Facebook. And I could make a lot of games, like a lot of shitty games. I could make one game every 2 months. Just a team of 3 people, I can make one game every month. And very shitty games. I could do that. But no, the goal is to do the opposite, is try to, the best customer we have, who trust us, we make something good, and we make every single, we are not cutting the cost, like we make it good. It's a bit sad, of course, because a lot of people don't understand this, but yes, is that the way? And it would be fun to see. It would be fun to see how many we can sell this way.
I actually pre-ordered a regular edition in my case.
Okay. Some people they group together to get some. They pay with a wire transfer, and they get a discount on some extra goodies. But the people who paid with the online payment system, this money is locked. So, but it doesn't mean that they will not get their games, of course, because I mean, for the price they pay, I mean, it's okay, they will get their games, but it's not affected for now by the delays of getting paid, because I was supposed to release and ship a lot of new things in April, but like I say, I'm going to wait until I get paid, but it's not affecting the game with the Dolphin, because it's not affecting the secret game, because the secret game is supposed to be released much later.
Okay.
In maybe later this year or beginning of next year. I don't know exactly, but it's looking good. Like it's looking good. So.
That reminds me, the game's page also said that it was set to release in late 2021 or early 2022.
Yeah, exactly what I just said. Yes. And it's looking good. Like it's looking good.
Okay, exactly. Okay, so last question. Have you played any of the other modern Mega Drive games out there, like Xenocrisis, Tanglewood, Tanzer?
No.
Okay.
I didn't. I'd say for the last The last year, didn't have anything.
Mm-hmm.
The last 3 years, I didn't check internet at all, and the last maybe 5 or 10 years, I didn't play much things. Of course, I'd say I need to focus on the work and make sure the game release is most important, and also I don't want to be, influenced by anything that happened, because in the end, the game documents were designed long time ago, and I don't want to change things based on what I see. So yeah, I'm sorry for that, but because some people say, yeah, you should play the other games, but let's say I will play it when I will get my money and and I will retire. Yeah, then I can play. But I'm not a normal employee with my weekends. That's what I say.
Actually,
I don't have time to play.
Actually,
and I don't even have the games. I mean, whatever some other guys contact me, they make games. I ship them some games. But I don't know if they contact me. I have to check. But maybe I get some games. I don't know. I have to check.
Actually, it just occurred to me. The Paprium, the box has like the official Mega Drive logo. There's a secret in the game itself where it uses Streets of Rage sprites. Aren't you afraid that Sega could like sue?
There's no Sega logo on the game.
Sorry, what?
There's no Sega logo on the game.
No, not the game, but the packaging. The packaging has the European Mega Drive logo, for example.
Yeah. But there's no Sega logo. Okay. That's why I say I cannot give details on this, but I cannot give much detail on this.
I understand.
But we believe that some people, they found a smaller game in a smaller goodies hidden in the game, and it's same as Pier. We got some people saying, because in Pier there is also a secret minimap that look like a Fantasy Star 2, and we hide this so well that only maybe 1 or 2 people found it. In maybe 10 years, and we did the same for Paprium. But what people have to see is that it's not part of the. I mean, it's not part of the game. It's not used to sell the game, and it's not. It's some secret thing that you're not supposed to be able to. Yes, there is a problem with the way you can reach it, because some people, they play the game everywhere, so they put it on YouTube. But 10 years ago, nobody had YouTube, so we were a bit. Yeah, it was not supposed to be
discovered that way. Yes, I understand.
Yeah, but we believe it's not a problem because it's not part of the game. It's not. It's not. I mean, if Sega gets angry, they just call me and we'll see what we can do.
And that's it. That was all my questions. Do you have Do you have anything else you'd like to say to people who will be watching this?
No. I mean, thank you for your support and patience. And like I said, we get through every issues, and it's a bit sad that there's repeated issues. But people have to think that if other people don't have issues, maybe it's because they are not in the same league, you know. They don't sell the same amounts. They don't do the same, because some people, they say, why you? Why, are you bad at business or something like this? No. It's just because we are touching some things that we are not supposed to. Maybe we are in between. We are not big enough. We are, but we are still big. So it's not good. It's a lot of trouble when you are in between things.
Okay.
So, but there is nothing wrong, and I can. Yes,
I am so sorry. The call fell.
Did you cut it or it's me?
I think it was my phone, because I got a notification saying that the call was going on for 2 hours and it was ending the call automatically.
Okay, sorry. Yes, I thank every customer for their patience, and I can assure that we will sort everything out. And I'm sorry for all the trouble, but everything is getting more impacting. But in this time. There is no, except some additional delays here and there, but there is no, I'm a bit more prepared about any kind of guys try to fuck with me. So
Okay.
Also, this I'm very glad this phone owed 2 hours of call.
Yes. This is much longer than I was expecting, actually.
Yeah, because it's the phone I use is one with a Mega Drive CPU on it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. It's a very good phone.
Exactly. Thank you. Well, thank you so much, Gwénaël. This was a very great interview, and that's pretty much it.
If you need any additional thing, don't hesitate. And also, I can ask you if you can try to make it look good, so I don't get this interview don't get used in a bad way.
To be honest,
make fun of me or something.
Because of the sensitivity of all of this, I was thinking of placing the interview without any edits and just like the conversation going by itself, so that people don't say, oh, you cut this question, or no, Sika, you edited this on purpose to make him look better, make him look worse, or whatever.
Oh, okay. So I don't know if I said anything bad. Or, I don't know. If you see something is bad, you just tell me.
I will.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Thanks. And just a question.
Yes.
You work in which field exactly?
Okay. In my day-to-day life, I work in marketing. But on my off days, I am a retro gaming YouTuber. I am Portuguese, but all my videos are in English.
Okay. And you say you're Portuguese, but you are in Spain, right?
I'm in Portugal. Sorry, Portugal.
Okay.
Je suis portugais.
Okay, and you say you got the channel and everything. Okay.
Yes. I'll even link it if you want. I can send you the link over the email.
Okay. Like I said, I'm not watching your previous video. It's not because I don't care.
No worries.
It's just because I don't want to. I mean, there is already too much.
No worries.
I don't want to see some people spit on me.
No worries.
I don't want to be disappointed.
No worries. It's completely fine. No worries.
Okay, no problem. So don't hesitate, and then we talk later.
Sounds great. Sounds good, Gwénaël. Bye bye. See ya.
Thank you. Bye bye.